the spread yesterday. It was 17 and a half, and they didn't have SGA, they didn't have J-Dub, they didn't have
and welcome to Langston Lion Basketball, presented by Luna, the Langston University National Alumni Association. Luna is the official alumni organization of Langston University, dedicated to strengthening alumni engagement, supporting student success, and preserving the proud legacy of our historic institution. With alumni chapters across the country, Luna serves as a bridge between the past, present, and future. Langston Lions creating opportunities for connection, service, leadership, and lifelong pride. Today, this afternoon, we are glad to be at CF Gales Arena as, of course, the Sooner Athletic regular season championship is on the line as Nelson University faces NAIA ranked number 20, the Langston Lions. I'm Maurice Prince. Hey, man, I don't have to introduce this guy. He's already got his bright orange on, but he is the host of The Morning Rush and a broadcaster savant in his own right, Mr. Jay Swig. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon, Mo. Ready to get this game started, ready to get today started. We've been talking about this day for the past week. Even going into the Thursday games, we knew it was looming. It's finally here. We're going to see two really good basketball games here live at CF Gales Fieldhouse, both with Sooner Athletic Conference Championships implications on the line. Both the men's and women's team competing for a conference championship today. Very excited. It's going to be highly competitive, highly energetic, and they're going to leave it all on the floor and compete as high as possible with effort, with heart, with enthusiasm, and a little bit of fun in there too. So I'm excited to see what today brings.
This might be the best game on the slates today for the state of Oklahoma today when it comes to collegiate basketball. Although on the national side in the men's, it is one of the rarest weekends in college basketball you'll see. The top 4 teams in the nation are actually going head-to-head, and we get the 2 best teams in the conference going head-to-head here. I'm excited. Now, the Langston Lady Lions are 23-4 overall, 17-4 in conference. Thursday night, Langston fell to Texas Wesleyan by the score of 54-55. A game that featured 11 lead changes, 9 ties, came down to a few possessions at the end of regulations. The Rams were able to hit a go-ahead shot with just about 2 seconds left, and Langston found themselves losing their second game. They've dropped 2 straight games by the margin of only 3 points, Swick, 3 points. Oh. The last time Langston lost 2 games was the first week in December, and what happened after that, they rebounded in a major way, going on a 15-game winning streak. Now, Coach Chris Vincent has his team is more than capable. They are tough, resilient, and driven. They will be anxious to get on the court this afternoon and prove again and stake their claim on the regular season championship in front of an incredible crowd we expect here this afternoon, Swig.
Yeah, I think they're going to be ready to go. And you said anticipating. I think they've been dreaming about this opportunity here today since the second that game ended. That they did not play their best basketball. That's not Lady Lion basketball that we're used to seeing. Remember, they had a 15-game winning streak going into last Thursday. It was I call it a bad beat. To lose by 2 against John Brown, but then to lose by 1 in the way Saturday turned out, or Thursday of this week turned out, was just heartbreaking. And it really comes down, for me, was free throws. They just did not shoot the free throws very well. 11-23, 47.8% from the stripe isn't going to get it done. And then you find out you lose by 1. Like, that's a tough pill to swallow. Also didn't shoot their best, 34.5%. Usually they're higher than that. So I think you do a little bit of changing here and there. Come in with a clear focus and a killer mentality. And I hate to say it that way, but I think you've got to close out the best way possible. They do get Layla Curry back today. We talked about her not being available on Thursday. So to have her back. Also, Ariana Hunter didn't play her game. We've seen Ariana Hunter score in double digits so many times. She was just 1 for 5 from the field. So it was a team thing. Didn't shoot their best shooting percentage. I anticipate a much more efficient offense here today to give themselves a much better chance to win. I do think Nelson University is a very good team, though. They are
no
a quality foe, winners of 9 of their last 10. They've got Paris Miller, who's 16.4 points per game. leads in rebounding as well, over 8. She had 18 rebounds last Thursday. So you're going to have to block out Paris Miller. She's going to give you everything she's got. Also, Lauren Scalise, number 11. She averages double-digit points, but she shoots the three-point shot at 45%. So you've got to guard the perimeter and keep her in mind. If you lose her in the corner, it's a knockdown three. And so that's just one of many things that the Langston Lions need to account for. But at the end of the day, this is an internal thing. This is a mental thing. Coach Vincent talked to me about mental toughness, execution, rebounding, being in the moment, playing the number one defense that they are. You know, they hold opponents to under 55 points a game. All right, so there's something to be said. But offensively, Nelson has the number one scoring offense in the Sooner Athletic Conference.
Yes.
They average 76.4 points per game. So something's got to give.
Something's got to give. And when you look at it this way, Langston and Nelson have been neck and neck in the standings for a majority of the season. Now, Nelson has had the daunting task also of winning 3 straight road games to put themselves in a position to try to compete for the regular season crown. Now, it will be a tough task. Langston has won 7 straight games in this series, including a 19-point victory that Langston had back in November. So Nelson is got to be in the mindset is that was a season ago, and they have to have that new mentality of a new day today. The chance to bring home a crown on the road, unheard of. And they have the talent, as Swick just alluded to make that happen. Expect tournament energy and an amazing game this afternoon. Earlier, had a chance to talk to Coach Chris Vincent. Here was his thoughts as we get ready for and set for today's game. Maurice Prince, pregame talking with women's head basketball coach for the Langston Lions, Chris Vincent. Coach, 2 games with lost combined total of 3 points. This last one was kind of a different type of a loss, a basket with less than 5 seconds left, and the team wasn't able to get over the hump to execute that final moments. What were your thoughts and your conversation with your team as you got to the locker room?
Yeah, it was a moment that we had in the locker room that we had to kind of sit and feel what that had felt like. We've been a part of one game earlier in the year, similar to that. But at home, being able to, finish a job and have it go that way, I think we all needed to sit and reflect for a little bit. And then the message was automatically, hey, we have to be able to move on. It's been a consistent message throughout the year and turning the page. Now, in that moment, it's really, really hard to get them to believe in that. And, even as a staff, and, I had demanded everybody to be able to turn that page. We've been in a similar situation earlier in the year where, we were a little bit injured and had lost 2 in a row during that week. And, we were able to bounce back. And it was a very similar type of situation here. But I think we learned some lessons in this last 3 weeks. We learned from some really crucial comebacks, some late second wins, and then I thought we got beat on some things that have been our nemesis a little bit. And I think we learned from that. I thought the energy has been great yesterday. The energy has been great today on shoot-around. They feel confident getting back, and that was really the biggest message, and that was really my biggest job, was to prepare them not only X's and O's for today, but more so, on the mental side as well.
Coach, you took the words right out of my mouth when I said it looked like exactly what happened in earlier December, turning around, and we saw what happened after that, a 15-game winning streak, because the team came back ready to play. The challenge is great. The stakes are a lot higher today. You're taking on Nelson College, winner-take-all game. And a little less than an hour away from this getting started here. Great shoot around. What is the singular focus you must have from your team today?
It really comes down to who's going to be the most detailed, who's going to execute, and who has the mental toughness on a day like today when it matters the most. We've prepared now our 28th game of the year with 2 exhibitions on top of that, and every part we worked to get to this moment. And I think the last 2 games we showed nothing's going to be given to you, and that has been also a consistent message. I don't think anything's been given to any of us in our our lifetime. Players, staff, we've had to go and get it, and this is nothing short of exactly what's in front of us. So they got to go out with that mentality. We have to be the one to dictate for 40 full minutes and really realize the details, right? It's not the one play at the end of the game why you lose. It's over the course of 40 minutes, but on offense, defense, and transition. So as long as we can really mentally be locked in and just play loose, I think we'll be okay.
The go-get-it mentality is something that you have said prior to that is something you wanted them to turn up. I expect today that the energy was automatically going to be there. This place is going to be on fire today. The energy in this place, how excited to play in front of a crowd like this for a stage this great that means so much.
Yeah, it's an opportunity. I really feel like there was some pressure put on some players that have not been in this position before. They came into this place, and we had mentioned before, not one returner of last year, and they walked into something that was really special of last year. And they have done a remarkable job as a first-year group to get to this point. It's amazing it comes down to the last game between both teams. But I think the last 2 weren't losses in our minds. It was more lessons, and they need to see that it's really hard to win a championship. This is what they signed up for. This is why they chose Langston. This is why we chose this profession. We are for days like this. So, seize the opportunity, embrace the moment, and, go out and do what Langston does best.
A little carpe diem there. Coach, taking on Nelson College, you've already given them a lot of credit for what they are. Number 1 offensively in the SAC, 7th-rated defense in the SAC. A couple of dynamic scorers when you start talking about Gonzalez and Miller, who are really, really talented players. What must be the focus to disrupt their offensive flow today? Yeah,
he's done a tremendous job with that group of playing unselfish. They play with a really good pace. They don't let the ball stick. So you really have to be locked in at all times. When you think they're kind of out of offense, they'll get into, their Princeton split action, and, they don't stop. And I think that's going to be a real key for us today, is to realize can't take breaks. We got to be locked in, off ball, on ball, ball screen coverage. We got to dictate that side of the floor. And there's things that we cleaned up, and I think we're prepared for. So we just got to go out and execute.
Final question, Coach. When Langston wins today, they would have done what well?
Overcame a lot of adversity, had done something today that a lot of them never thought they would be able to get to again. And that's why they chose this place to resurrect their career, resurrect them individually, and to make history and put a banner up today.
I'm going to take a lot of slack for asking the question in the way I phrased it, but it was a great question just in the context. Langston has to earn the victory on the floor today. It's not a precursor out there. But the question really, really comes down to, if Langston were to win, what would they have done well? He answered that question. But I just want to clear that up in case anybody's sitting here thinking that I'm speaking something that hasn't actually occurred yet. So in that being said, Swig, going back to the context of Chris Vincent, very stoic. He always is calm before the storm, had a lot on his mind, but I thought that moment he talked about in the locker room following the last loss, he says that he needed everybody to turn the page. They needed a moment to dwell on it, to feel it, and then get it out of their mind. And this guy, Chris Vincent, an amazing coaching mind in itself, will have his team ready to get over that because we've seen them do it before, and this team's fully capable of it.
Well, and sports is weird sometimes, Mo. I mean, they had a 28-game home winning streak. This is their safe haven. They play their best basketball here at CF Gales Fieldhouse. And then to lose to John Brown in that last possession by 2. Okay, eventually it's going to happen. Sports is, you're going to get humbled every now and then. But then to follow it up the very next game and lose it with under 3 seconds left by an inbound pass basket to lose by 1, that stings. It stings. And I think this team needed to feel the sting. It's not something that you want to see happen. You'd like to learn your lessons without suffering the punishments. But this team needed to feel that and sharpen their mentality. I think Coach Vincent is so in tune with this team. You and I even talked after that, before that game on Thursday, and I remember saying, like, man, he is distraught. Like, he is so focused, and, you know, his team just played well in a lot of ways, had an opportunity, but you've got to finish, even if there is 1.8 seconds left.
No, you do.
You know, the margin of error in games like these are so small.
Well
and
said.
You've got to be able to execute the entire game, not leave, you know, seconds out there for the other team to take advantage of.
40-minute basketball is what this team normally plays, and we've seen them play 32.
Right.
We've seen them play 36. But that 4-minute difference where the other team gains momentum in a total totality of a game has been enough to beat Langston, and it's an odd thing to see. So today I expect them to fully reload and retool to get back. You've beaten this team, Nelson, 7 times. You did it by understanding your identity. You've averaged 69 points per game in the series, where Nelson's averaged 56, almost a 10-point variance in that regard. But today you're going to have to do the things that Swig said championship teams do. And the team that does those little things, knock down free throws, limit turnovers. Swig, you talked about that. Those are the things that you're going to have to do today. At the end of it, between both teams, when you have a team that's number 1 offense going against the number 1 defense, something's got to give, Swick. And there's so many little things that we'll be breaking down during the course of this game that may stand out. I'll be interested to hear you over the course of the game say, hey, no, that's the moment where that's the key, because there's going to be so many little stretches where it just becomes and has an impact.
Well, and you mentioned it, number 1 scoring offense in Nelson against number 1 defense, at least points allowed in Langston. That's good on good. And guess what? It's the same thing with the men's game. Isn't that weird? I mean, there's 13 teams in the Sooner Athletic Conference.
Right.
And 1 and 2, the best defense, the best offense, clashing here today. And it's the same thing for the men's team. So Langston is going to have to shoot the basketball better. They're going to have to
Without
make shots.
question.
And if they get to the free throw line, they've got to take advantage of it. Nelson is second in three-point percentage in the conference. They're number 1 in points per game. So how good is this LU defense? We get lost in their number 1 ranking in the conference over the past season going back to October. But it's not about what happened in October, December, January. You gotta play tonight. It's about who is best tonight, and everything is riding on this game.
No
And
question.
It's going to be great, and I hope you tune in and let your friends know, because we're streaming live on PPBC TV. There's no place I'd rather be than here at CF Gales Fieldhouse today.
And, of course, the game is airing live on OKC Sports Radio 105.3 in Oklahoma City. The other interesting thing today, in terms of scoring, we need to see some of the regular impact players for the team for Langston get back into regular rotation. You mentioned that Hunter did not get over 10 points. There was only 1 player from Langston in their last outing that got over 10 points. That was Janiah Tucker. That can't be the case.
And she didn't get going until late second half.
Final 5 minutes.
She didn't even get – what she finished with, 11?
11.
Yeah, and she didn't break that double figures barrier until late in the fourth. So you gotta be more efficient as a team making shots. I didn't have a problem with their shot selection and their ball distribution. You gotta knock them down.
All right, so that's what it is. So we're about to turn it over, of course, to public address announcer, who is also the dean of students, and of course that is the one and the only Mr. Joshua Busby overall. So as we get ready to go here, the teams are getting themselves on the court, and we're ready and be happy to bring you this game this afternoon. Today's game, of course, is also brought to you by Blue Sky Bank, MJ Bail Bonds, Community Health Centers of Oklahoma, and Guiding Right. This is Basketball Homecoming presented by Luna, and we're happy that you're going to be here with us. Let's turn that over to, of course, Dean of Students Joshua Busby. Before doing that, we will pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to OKC Sports Radio 105.3 and Langston Lion Basketball.
Policy concerning conduct. Those in violation will be asked to leave the competition. At this time, we ask that you now rise, remove your hats, and honor America in the playing of National Anthem by the Millwood High School Band. Let's give it up one more time for the Millwood High School Band. Speak the starting lineup for the visiting Lady Lions from Nelson University. 5'6" guard, number 2, Caitlin McKenna. 5'10" guard, number 11, Lawrence Ellie. 6' forward, number 21, Kate Miller. 6' forward, number 24, Paris Miller. The 5'11" guard, number 33, Abby Boyce. Head coach of the Lady Lions is Michael Sons. Assistant coach, Jordan Kite. GA, Kyla McMahon. And now let's meet the starting lineup for your Langston University Lady Lions. 6'1" forward from Tulsa, Oklahoma, number 00, De'Asia Thomas. 5'9" guard from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, number 3, Alyssa Palmer. 5'7" guard from West Memphis, Arkansas, number 12, Janiyah Tucker. 5'7" guard from Louisville, Mississippi, number 15, Ariana Hunter. The 5'10" guard from Corona, California, number 23, Layla Curry.
I want to thank Dean of
Head
Students
coach of the
Joshua
Lions, Chris
Busby
Vincent.
for
Associate head
those
coach
great
of the Lions.
announcements overall. So, Swick, as we had talked about when he started talking about the starters for the Langston Lions today, you talked about Layla Curry. What kind of impact do you expect, and what does she mean to this offense?
Well, it's a lot of different things. I mean, she is a great team player. I think her presence alone means something. She has the trust from her teammates, but she's going to give you high-effort plays on the defensive end and the offensive end. She's a complete player. She can score in the paint. She's got a mid-range jumper. She blocks shots. She gets steals. She's scrappy on defense. It's just, okay, what is she going to contribute to the most tonight and in what way? But just her effort alone, her talent alone means something. And when she's on the floor, this team is certainly better.
All right, today's game, of course, being brought to you by Luna, of course, and we're happy that you're here with us all afternoon long. Of course, Luna is the Langston Alumni Organization for Langston University. We'll be talking about them all afternoon long, the National Alumni Association. All right, going to work right now. Good to see Janiyah Tucker with her bounce. She's had a little bit of bounce in pregame. Hopefully she'll be able to work through. She played through a lot of pain on Thursday, but a difference of 24 hours. Let's see how she responds today. Going to work. The Lions are in man-to-man defense on top. Stepping out on top. Looking for some space to operate. Ball up on the left wing right now by Scalise. In the lane, and it's going to be a jump ball situation, and it will be controlled by the Lions. Lions basketball swing.
Yeah, and Deasia Thomas and Layla Curry and other players are really going to have to defend the paint and prevent easy buckets from Nelson, who thrives on those.
Okay, working the ball into the corner, now back in the hands of Hunter. Hunter looking for a screen for Curry. Curry flashes. She has range and can light the ball up deep, and she's been a gamer as Janiyah Tucker drives into the lane that time. Basket no good. Rebound pulled down by Nelson. Here they go. Ball into the front court. Ball to the right wing now in the hands now of Miller. Miller stops, pops, shot no good. Ball deflected, bounced around, and somehow Curry ends up with it.
Yeah, in the right spot at the right time. That's kind of Layla Curry's game. She's always in the right place.
Tucker thought about the three, gives it up to Curry, now to the corner to Hunter. Hunter drives to the box. Tries to finish with a reverse shot, no good. Ball tapped out of bounds, and it will be Langston ball.
Yeah, just off the fingertips of Nelson. Really close. But, again, really good positioning right now. You want to get close to the basket and take your shots. You just got to make them.
All right, wide open shot for Palmer from the left wing. Shot no good, but good rebound by Hunter. Doing all the little things early. Tucker, sidestep, shot at the top, no good. Couple of missed shots and opportunities for the Lions early, but they've all been quality shots.
Yeah, and they're getting offensive boards. All you can ask for is opportunities. You just got to figure out a way to make the shots when you do take them.
Deep shot, three-point shot attempt, no good. Rebound by Palmer there.
Love her effort. Love her effort on the defensive end. Now it's back on offense.
All right, Hunter on the left side of the court, approaching the wing. Backs it up and resets it at the top. Palmer goes dashing through the lane. Ball on the right wing now. Ball in the hands now of Tucker. Back up top to Palmer, over to Hunter. Hunter decides to let go of three. Side rim shot, no good, but she gets her own rebound in the lane, kicks it over. Tucker with the Euro in the lane, shot no good that time. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will be still Langston ball. Langston continuing to get opportunities, Swick. They just got to maintain the energy.
And they found some ways to penetrate the zone and, again, take high percentage shots. They're just struggling to get that ball through the hoop right now.
Going to work right now, throwing it back up top in the hands of Palmer. Down, Deasia Thomas fires a shot from the corner. That one's no good. Rebound pulled down there by Miller. Miller, of course, also the team's leading rebounder. She will snag about 8 rebounds a game for Nelson.
She had 18 last game against Central Christian.
Ball, again, deep three-point shot, and knocking that one down was Lauren Scalise. Knocking that one down.
She makes her three-point attempts 45% of the time. You've got to be wary when she takes those perimeter shots. You've got to put pressure on her.
And she's a great three-point shooter. It's hard to believe that Gonzalez is even better than her. Going to work. Ball in the hands of Palmer. Down to the corner. Three-point shot by Janiyah Tucker over the top of the goal. And there's going to be contact underneath the lane, and it looks like we're going to get a foul called against Langston here. It's going to be called against Deasia Thomas. So right now, Nelson leads by 3.
Yeah.
Lions versus Lions this afternoon. Langston right now trying to find a way to get some traction to get the offense going, Swig.
Well, and Timmons is in the game for Deasia Thomas. Timmons is known to be a little bit of a bully on the block. If you can get her the basketball, she's got great footwork. She's strong and can get those easy shots off the glass.
Lions 0 for 7 to start the game to this point. As it stands right now, 1 for 4 for Nelson. Ball in the hands of Boyce now, being guarded now by Timmons. Boyce gives it up, back in the hands now up top, working the ball around the perimeter on the right wing. Going to kick it back, reset. Deep three-point shot again by Scalise. Back, ricochets off the backboard, and it goes out of bounds, and it will be Lion basketball there.
Yeah, yep, that was evident.
We saw that, again, how the Lion defense makes you run your offense beyond the perimeter when you are really having to take deep shots. That's one of the great things the Lions do well, make you uncomfortable, Swig.
Yeah, they do a great job, and see if Shania Tucker can get open here.
Down into the corner. Back up top goes Curry into the lane. Kicks it. Timmons flashing, but Tucker in the lane has a one-on-one to the rim, and she scores easily and gets the basket.
Usually in a scoring drought, you go to what matters most in terms of players who you trust to get the buckets, and Shania Tucker is no doubt that. So hopefully that
Boyce
gets them started offensively. But, yeah, they fouled on the play right there.
Yeah, cutting to the basket that time was Kate Miller. She was fouled, and a nice find by Boyce, drawing the contact. His team foul number 2 against the Lions. That'll send Kate Miller to the line shooting 2. Kate Miller on the season right now averages about 11.6 points per game. She knocks down a free throw there, extends the lead to 2. And the second one, 2 for 2, goes Miller.
Yeah, so, Paris Miller's their best player. I mean, you've got to do whatever you can to put pressure on her and make her uncomfortable. She will go to the free throw line. That's just a part of her game. There's Layla.
Curry in the lane, going to get stripped that time, and the ball finds a path on to Paris Miller, who drives all the way to the cup and scores, going a little coast-to-coast action there.
As evident, she was able to get the steal from Layla and take it coast-to-coast and score again. So, you've got to account for her and do what you can to defend, limit her opportunities. Oh, is that a travel on Shania Tucker?
That looks like that's what they called there, Swig. So, as it stands right now.
All right.
So, substitutions coming into the game now. Looks like we're getting a look today at Nat Jones, who's coming out with the new hairstyle today, along also with, of course, Alexandria Jefferson is in the game to go along with Timmons. DeArjane Harden has changed up her hair a little bit, and so has Hunter. You got to look good for a Saturday game this big, Swig.
Yeah, look good, feel good, play good.
Going to work right now. Timmons stepping out against Boyce. Timmons ball hawking hard. Timmons almost coming away with a steal there. Ball up top into the hands of Nat Jones.
That's the LU defense that we're used to seeing, and that forced Nelson to be uncomfortable. They turned it over, and a frustration foul ensued. It will be LU basketball. Keep an eye on Alexandria Jefferson, number 22. Last time they played Nelson, she had 19 points, 3 boards, 3 steals. You might go to her earlier and get her going offensively.
Jefferson thought about it in the corner, throws it back up top to Harden. Harden dribbling above the arc into the lane and to Hunter. Pass down low. Great pass by Hunter to, of course, Timmons underneath, and she scores.
Well, great dish by Hunter to find Timmons. They knew that was a mismatch. She's so good off the block. Easy bucket for LU.
All right, pass to the elbow now. Boyce being covered by Timmons. Now in the hands of Paris Millers. Sidestep three-point shot, and she drains it. Paris coming out early. She's got 5 in the first quarter right now.
Yeah, she had just a little bit of a window and took full advantage. She's talented player for Nelson.
Hunter finding a stripe down low. Gets it over to Jefferson from the corner. Three-point shot, no good. Ball ricochets around, and it ends up in the hands of Paris Miller. Now here comes McKenna, setting the offense over to Miller. Miller being guarded now by Harden. Jones steps out on Kate Miller, but a wide open shot on the other wing, and it draws string music as Lauren Scalise drops another 3. 13-4 is the score early on in this one.
Yeah, nobody takes more three-pointers than Lauren Scalise, and you see why. She's effective.
going to work now. Ball in the hands now of Harden. Over to Hunter. The Lions need a basket. Turn and fire by Jones. Mid-range did not fall for her. Rebound pulled down by Kate Miller, who gets it over to McKenna. Here comes Nelson. Nelson on the left. Finds a speed and drive to the lane and will draw contact against Jefferson. Just nice dribbling there by McKenna.
And she crossed her up, beat her off the dribble. Was able to, draw the foul, put her at the free throw line.
13-4 is the score, and a timeout has been called on the floor. This is, of course, basketball homecoming brought to you today by Langston University National Alumni Association. Who is Luna? I'll tell you who they are. They are, of course, the National Alumni Association, dedicated to strengthening alumni engagement, supporting student success, and preserving the proud legacy of this historic institution. There are alumni chapters across the country. Luna serves as a bridge between past and present and future Langston Lions, creating opportunities, connections, service, leadership, and lifelong pride. From scholarships and mentorships to alumni programs and advocacy, Luna ensures that Langston's legacy continues to thrive well beyond the classroom. Maurice Prince and Jay Swig on the call. Coach Vincent needed a timeout, needed a reset. Too many open three-point shots from a team that knows how to score the ball, Swig.
Right. That's not the typical Langston defense that we're used to seeing, but Nelson is that good. They're number one in the conference in scoring for a reason. One of the keys to the game that we've talked about is weathering the storm. And, yeah, you're having to weather it a little bit earlier than anticipated, but, this is what's happening. Nelson is very familiar with this situation. They understand that LU is trying to win the conference championship, so they're going to give them their best shot. Again, I have no problems with the way LU is shooting the basketball in terms of shot selection. It's just not going down, and we saw them shoot a poor percentage last game. They've got to figure out a way to improve that. I think you continue to get Janiah Tucker running, attacking the rim, and then get Timmons going with some of those baskets up close underneath the basket.
And of course, you're talking about going downhill. As McKenna knocked down 2 free throws, and the Lions are staring down an 11-point deficit early in this game. 3:21 to go before the end of the first quarter. 15-4 in favor of Nelson. Nelson resorts back to the zone defense. Janiah Tucker is in the game, and Chris Vincent making a personnel change as he goes to, of course, Jermani Harris in the game. And up top, there goes a big shot by Hunter from the top of the key. A three, a much-needed basket for the Lions.
That might be the fire starter Langston needs to get something going here offensively.
Somebody's got to identify Scalise as she's knocked down another three-point shot. She's got 9 in the first half. The Lions are not rotating and not getting out to the perimeter. The Lions are going to find themselves continuing to dig. Here we go in the ensuing possession. Let's see what they do. Hunter up top. They remain in zone. Tucker wants to answer the three-point shot, and she does. Straight cash from the left wing, and it's 18-10 as it stands right now.
Here we go.
Scalise back from the corner again. She misses that one, but she gets her own rebound, deflected out. McKenna now has it. Back to Boyce. Boyce tries to hand it off to Miller. Miller on a downhill cut, turns and fires from the elbow, shot no good. Going to battle, Alyssa Palmer going to the floor. It will be a jump ball situation going to Nelson, but nice job by Palmer not giving up on the play. Miller was doing the score that she was trying to go downhill.
Palmer was the key Lady Lion on that possession, on that sequence, to fight through the screen, still add pressure, and then be able to kind of come down and fight for the basketball. You need that kind of playmaking ability from her.
Layla Curry is now checked back in the game. She draws the attention of Miller. Miller trying to get it down to Kate Miller. Kate Miller has a step on the interior. Shot will not fall, but she draws a foul against Palmer. So far at the free throw line, thus far in this game, you're talking about 18-10 is the score. 4 for 4 at the free throw line so far in the game for Nelson College.
Ariana Hunter kind of communicating to her team, hey, let's stick with it. Don't get discouraged. This is a good team. They're going to make plays. And that's just the fact of the matter. You want to figure out a way to make more than them.
So Kate Miller knocks down her first opportunity at her third opportunity at the free throw line. She's going for her fourth one right now. 19-10 is the score. She misses that second one. Rebound tracked down by Janiah Tucker. So the Lions need a basket here. Coming up on this possession, here comes Hunter, who has a three-point shot over to Curry. Wide open three for Tucker from the right wing. Shot no good. Rebound. Ball controlled there by Paris Miller. Gets it up to McKenna. And nice cutting down the momentum on the play. Janiah Tucker reducing the lanes for McKenna there.
Well, and then the run cross court, you could tell she was mad. She missed that shot, but she was able to kind of stop progress and now force him into the half-court set. And, ooh, that was close by Palmer. Good on-ball pressure right now by the Lady Lions of Langston University. That's all you've got to do is apply as much pressure without drawing the fouls as possible. They play relentless defense when it comes to man-to-man.
All right, going to work now. Kate Miller drawing the attention of Curry. Miller trying to go downhill. Ball deflected, but it gets back in the hands of Paris Miller, who knocks down another three-point shot. You're talking about 8 three-pointers being shot in the first quarter here. Paris Miller now has 8 in the frame right now. Going to work. Ball in the hands now of Hunter. Hunter kicks it to the corner. To the left wing. Now to the corner to Curry. Curry launches a three of her own. And a big-time answer and a much-needed answer by the Lady Lions.
She knew that was good the second it left her fingertips. And that's what Layla Curry could do. What a steal!
Good job by Palmer, and then contact that time by Kate Miller as the student section starts to give some more energy to this Lady Lion team, who are strongly and sorely needed of a boost just to get the confidence going, to get things rolling in the right way.
Right, yeah, and that was only the second team foul from Nelson University. And that's both of them frustration fouls. The first was frustration foul. So let's see if they can get something going here. I don't want to specifically see this LU team rely on three-pointers, but they been shooting some three-point shots pretty effectively here right now.
Janiah Tucker thought about the three, drove in the lane, got contact. They did not give her the continuation. They're going to say a foul on the floor.
That is what I want to see. That is what I want to see, is using your athletic ability, your agility, your quickness, your speed to get to the rim and take high percentage shots and drop and draw fouls.
Don't settle is what you're basically saying.
Absolutely. And again, don't be forced into doing something you're uncomfortable with. Execute your offense, and they're doing a good job. They just got to keep fighting, and eventually the shots are going to fall.
Janiah Tucker fires a three from the corner. Shot no good that time. McKenna now has it. Coming up across the timeline, under a minute to go in the first. Ball in the corner. Rotate the ball back in the hands of Paris Miller. Up fake. Ball just inside.
Good defense here. I like this possession.
Bringing the ball back in the hands of Scalise. Scalise has had a little bit of heat that she's been firing from deep in the first quarter here. Deep shot there by Miller. Offensive foul is going to be the call, and it will be Langston ball with 28.1 seconds to go before the end of the quarter.
Yeah, that was good defensive possession. Just getting in the way, applying pressure without drawing fouls, and make them take shots that they don't really want to take. And that was a deep three-point shot that Paris Miller's made all the time, but it was a little bit far.
So now going to work. Ball in the hands now of Hunter. Shot clock turned off. Hunter to the right side. Resets. Chris Vincent's made his call. Let's see what the team chooses to execute here. The Lions would love to end with the bucket and all the momentum going and trending their way. Hunter dribbles through traffic. Curry fires a three from the left wing, and the break is open. And she knocked down a three-point shot. As time expires, contact at the end. So it looks like it was a no call. But 22-16, what a big-time shot by Curry there.
Blue Sky Bank open on Saturdays. Go open up a checking account. Layla Curry just did and deposited $3 on the scoreboard. I'm telling you, impressive stuff. That was a momentum shift at the end of the first quarter that you want to carry over into the second. I think if you're Chris Vincent, you just tell your girls to keep fighting. Again, we keep saying it over and over. I like the shot selection. It's going to come. Sometimes it's going to come at different moments. I don't feel like Langston offensively is getting pressured to the point where they're doing things that's out of their norm. They're comfortable where they're at with the decisions that they're making. It's going to fall. It's going to catch fire here in a moment. We've already seen it happen a few times. Defensively, you got to rebound better. okay? And you're going to have to guard that perimeter. You're going to have to work extra, give extra effort to get in front of Scalise and at least put a hand in her face when she's shooting the threes, because she's hot as fire right now. And you're going to have to do a little bit better rebounding. There was some ball movement in the paint that I was impressed with Nelson. Timmons, Deasia Thomas, Simon, they've got big roles that they've got to play today to prevent those high percentage shot attempts that Nelson is known to make a lot of. So we'll see how the second quarter goes.
Today is basketball homecoming, of course, today, brought to you by Luna. Hey, whether you're cheering from the stands or streaming from home, this is your moment to reconnect. Hey, scan the QR code that you're seeing on the stream right now. Scan the QR code right now and instantly stay connected with the Langston alumni nationwide. Get the latest information, find a path to be able to contribute and help these young student athletes and academic services here at Langston University. Back to live action now. Janiah Tucker throws it in. So you've got Hunter, Curry, Palmer, and now Simon on the floor getting her first action today. Driving to the baseline, kicking it to the corner. Janiah Tucker dives to the basket with a nice Euro step, and it's blocked on the floor there by Cora Huff with a great play underneath the goal.
It was just a good defensive play to get the block and the steal. Now you got to let that one go and get back on defense.
Now going back to work. Ball in the hands of Scalise. Going to work the ball back in the hands of Paris Miller. Paris Miller kicks it. Ball from the right wing. Deep three-point shot by Scalise. Couldn't get that one to fall. On the afternoon, Scalise now is 3 of 6 shooting threes. Kicking it to the corner. Palmer for 3.
Bang.
And she has the answer. 22-19 is the score. Big-time buckets back-to-back by the Lady Lions.
And look how fast they were. That was almost, it felt like a fast break. That is LU basketball, to get in rhythm, downhill, kick it out, make the open shot.
Inside, Huff going to the basket, and she's going to score that one. Did that one fall? Thought it fell.
No, it didn't fall.
Okay, so she's going to the free throw line shooting 2. The foul's going to be called that time against Layla Curry. So Cora Huff to the free throw line shooting 2.
Yeah, she just beat Layla Curry off the dribble, and that's what Nelson does really good. They have this whole season now. They missed the free throw, but they're winners of 9 of the last 10, doing just that. And that's just executing well-written half-court sets and taking advantage of it.
So Nelson has led wire to this point in the game. Langston has never had the lead. Huff misses the second. Palmer gets it back. So the Lions trying to climb the mountain and bring the game and tie it for the first time today.
I want to see Ariana Hunter get going offensively. This team is better when she gets in rhythm.
Hunter thought about it, kicks it to the corner. Up fake by Palmer. Going to swing it inside to Tucker. Tucker bounces inside. Wow. Finds position with a beautiful pass. Beautiful basket by Janiah Tucker.
Oh, beautiful catch, too. I thought pass was going to go over her head, but she jumped up and snagged it like Michael Irvin. Was able to get the bucket. Now it's a one-point game.
Paris Miller being harassed up top. Ball in the hand. Paris Miller going downhill, going against 3 Lady Lion defenders. Oh. Simon battling. And it looks like the ball's going to go out of bounds, and it looks like it will still be Nelson ball.
Yeah, it went off the toe of Autumn Simon, and, she's got the bright orange shoes on, so it sticks out like a sore thumb. That was an easy call to make. But you saw when Paris was driving in the lane, she saw the backside help coming, and she knew she was going to pay.
And Janiah Tucker deflected that out of bounds. So, just an observation. Talk to me about what you're seeing from Janiah Tucker compared to what we saw from her last game.
Well, she looks like she's confident right now, and she's not in any kind of pain. I'm sure they've, used the warming thing to make sure her back is good, and she's stretched out in the right way, and she just looks like she's comfortable out there when she's running the floor.
And again, the Lions being relentless with their pressure. Shot clock nearly expired.
That's what you want. You want to force them into making shots that they don't want to take.
And Lions with the chance to take a lead. Palmer fires a 3. Shot no good. Ball rebound tracked down by Simon. It's going to be a jump ball situation. Langston basketball it should be.
High effort play by Autumn Simon. She's fighting with 3 other Nelson Lions down there. This is Lions versus Lions today. But Autumn Simon, great effort play. I know that it's going to be Nelson basketball, but that's what I want to see consistently from Simon, Thomas, and Timmons. They've got a big role to play in terms of rebounding and protecting the rim today.
Incorrect on my call. It's actually Nelson ball. So McKenna's going to bring it up back to Miller. The Lions putting a little bit more pressure on the ball in the backcourt now. Going to work now. Miller looking for space to operate. Lions have been relentless. They switch. Miller wide open for another three-point shot. Turns and walks away from that one. She is feeling it in the first half. She has exploded into double digits. She's got 11 in the game right now.
Yeah, that was about NBA range right there. That was further back. And you give her credit for making a shot like that.
Hunter looking for space. Palmer on the left wing. Gets it inside to Curry. Curry with a nice dump down to Janiah Tucker, who was right there on the box and scored an easy one.
You know, I immediately wanted her to shoot the basketball, but she went with the better option, and Janiah Tucker was left alone on the block.
Tucker now with 7 points in the game to this as it stands right now.
Great defense by Palmer.
Nice job. Harassment there as Kate Miller's back in the game.
I love
and
it.
the Lions are turning it up, and they're turning up the defensive pressure, and it's now Langston basketball.
It's like they've tasted blood for the first time. These Lady Lions are now hungry, and they're hunting for the basketball. They're out there being the aggressor and taking it away. I love it. I love the intensity and the wherewithal and the execution. Now you've got to carry that over offensively.
All right, so coming across the timeline goes Langston now. Ball in the hands of Hunter. Hunter looking for space to operate. Throws it. Janiah Tucker has to retrieve the errant pass. She has it on the right to the corner. Curry for three to take the lead. Shot no good. Rebound by Paris Miller.
Just a little off, but got to get back on defense, let that go.
McKenna has it, tries to get it to Huff. She has it now, being guarded by Simon. Huff has the ball deflected. Great job by Simon creating that turnover. Here comes Hunter. Gets it over. Ball nearly stolen that time by Scalise, who did a great job of trailing the play.
Yeah, I can't believe Scalise didn't come up with that, but it's LU basketball. But you want to see more of those fast break opportunities and scoring in transition with Langston. That's how they've been able to pull away
from
against teams throughout the season.
Yeah, you're talking about that points off turnovers right now. Both teams with just 2 points, and that's just crazy considering how tight this has been.
Right.
Ball's going to be deflected out of bounds by Miller, so Palmer is going to inbound it again.
We need some movement here.
So now throwing it back in to Tucker on the right. She thought about the three. And then Hunter decides to let one fly. She's not able to get that one to fall. Huff comes up with the rebound that time.
Not mad at the shot selection. It just unfortunate. Missed the shot.
Kate Miller rotates it around. A wide open Paris Miller at the top of the key again. She misses that one. And Nat Jones has her pass deflected. Back to her. Jones in the lane, tries to get it down to Simon. What great effort and hustle that time by Huff, trailing it all the way down. And that time, Paris Miller put too much pepper trying to swing it out to Scalise, who was on the wing in front of the Langston bench.
These past few sequences are just entertaining. It'll get your heart going. I can promise you that. As soon as you think you have an easy bucket, boom, here comes the defensive player making a play, moving it back down the court, and then you're in a situation where Nelson felt like they were going to have an easy shot. Bad pass, goes out of bounds, back LU basketball.
Timmons is back in the game for the Lions now and leaves a wide open free throw jump shot for Hunter. She can't get that one to fall, and Timmons is going to get called for over the back against Kate Miller that time.
Yeah.
So second team foul, 5:35 to go before the end of the first half. Lions down by 2. They have battled. They have stayed in the fight and continuing to do the best they can to maintain that fire in this game. Going to work right now, Kate Miller trying to drive on Timmons. They swing it, stolen by Hunter. Breakaway to the goal. She goes to steal and the deal, and we're all tied up at 25.
I was just about to say, what is wrong with Ariana Hunter? And now looks like she's feeling a whole lot better. Started the game 1-4.
Scalise is the ball taken away by Tucker. They're still battling. Tucker going to the basket, and they're going to say that she was fouled on the floor.
Yeah, so the bucket's not going to count. I know Coach Michael Sons is like, what are you doing here, Blue? But that was the right call to make. And honestly, that was the right foul to make for Nelson to prevent the easy bucket.
And that's right, because there's their first team foul. She was not in the shooting motion, so the Lions are going to have to work to take the lead. This is the first time the game has been tied. It's the first tie of the game as it stands right now.
Yeah,
So,
but I want to see Ariana Hunter really get in rhythm and find some momentum. It doesn't look like she's confident in herself when she's shooting the basketball. She's got to find some confidence, and I think that steal and score on the previous possession may have gotten something started here that's positive.
you said it so well, Swick, because a lot goes well through a shooter's mind when they see the ball go in the net. All right, Hunter works the ball around the perimeter. Tucker now has it on the right. Again, this is for the Sooner. A deep three-point shot by Hunter. Can't believe she fired that one, but it was a wide-open shot. Almost nailed it. Rebound pulled down that time by Scalise. Here comes McKenna. McKenna bounce pass over to Kate Miller. Miller going to draw a contact up top against Timmons. Timmons crowded her, and Miller's got a good quick step. You got to watch both Paris and Kate. Don't underestimate their quick step to the basket. They'll catch you on that every time.
Right, and listen, that fouls like that come with playing aggressive defense. You can't have it both ways.
All right, got a timeout on the floor. We will take one here as well. You are listening to Langston Lion Basketball, and of course, it's Basketball Homecoming presented by Luna. Welcome back to Basketball Homecoming presented by Luna. Now, whether you are cheering from the stands or you're streaming this game online right now, hey, check this out. Scan the QR code and to join Luna instantly and stay connected to Langston alumni nationwide. In the building, you can also visit Luna alumni table in the foyer, learn more to join the association, and connect with your local chapter. Luna, of course, the Langston University National Alumni Association. Maurice Prince and Jay Swick here, and the Millwood Band is giving us entertainment this afternoon. And of course, they have a lot, and they got a great band over there at Millwood. And they're loud.
They're very loud, as every band should be.
Going to work. Ball in the hands of Scalise, working around to Paris Miller. So Huff is on the game along with McKenna and Kate Miller. Inside, give and go to Huff. She couldn't get that one to fall. Great rebound that time by Simon. Here come the Lions with Langston with a chance to take the lead. Can't say Lions today because it's Lions versus Lions.
Right, yeah, Lady Lions of Langston in the corner.
Curry swings it to Tucker. Somehow, some way she got that pass with enough English. And I want to say elbow jump shot that time is no good. Rebound by Kate Miller, and it's going to be a foul that time called against Layla Curry. She got a little overzealous on that play. More importantly is the fourth team foul. So 4:06 to go in the first half of this game. All tied up at 25, 4:06 to go.
Yeah, real tight here at CF Gales. Relatively low foul count with under 4 minutes, only 5 combined fouls. Off the foot. Janaya.
All right, so now going to work. Ball's going to be deflected out of bounds, or nearly deflected, and it's going to be this time in the hands of Kate Miller. Kate Miller gets it over to Paris Miller, and Paris Miller is going to swing it to the right wing on top to Scalise. Scalise sets up a three and fires one from deep, and she's straight cash again. So
best three-point shooter on the team, and you see why when you make plays like that.
3:25 to go. Ball in the hands now of Ariana Hunter. Hunter swings it over to Tucker. Tucker from the left wing, shot no good. Rebound, thrown back in, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Langston ball.
Exactly.
What a great effort play there by Tucker, creating that opportunity for her team.
Oh, absolutely. She didn't give up on it. You know, she could have just, slowly started to go back down the court, but she made the extra pass or the extra play. Got knocked out of bounds by Nelson and gives Langston another opportunity here from the baseline.
All right, going to work now. Going to throw the ball up top. This one's for all the marbles, folks. 3:11 to go in the second. Tucker, sidestep, three-point shot. Mid-range jump shot is no good that time. Rebound controlled by McKenna. 3:01 to go. McKenna across the timeline. Back up top by 3 is Nelson. Nelson at the left wing. Turn and fire at the top is Paris Miller, but Kate Miller gets the rebound, reloads to Paris. Paris in the lane. Scoop shot. Can't get it to fall. Rebound by Curry that time. Good control of that rebound. Over to, of course, Janiyah Tucker. Here come the Lady Langston Lions.
I like De'Asia Thomas's on-ball pressure on that last possession to make it difficult for Miller to take the shot.
Turn and fire. Elbow jump shot by Thomas is no good. Rebound Kate Miller. Here come McKenna. She throws it ahead to Scalise. Scalise going downhill. Nearly stepped out of bounds, but Paris Miller swings it back to Huff. Back up top, stolen by Hunter. Hunter and De'Asia Thomas. Hunter to the basket she goes. Contact, and the ball's going to go out of bounds. They're looking for a foul there. It was not called.
I think...
Are they going to say it's a foul?
I think it is. It's going to be a foul on the floor, though.
Against Miller. Against Paris Miller.
It's a push, but in terms of a block, that was a clean block, but
she got it with the body.
It was a push, yeah.
All right, so how that stands. So Hunter will go to the free throw line shooting 2 as Boyce checks back in for Nelson.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, this is the best of the best of Sooner Athletic Conference going head-to-head. You're going to see plays like that when you get two good teams that are used to being in control and being the aggressor, the tempo setter. You know, when you get these clash of teams like this that execute so well, you're going to see hard-fought basketball games, and that's what we're seeing today.
Great job by Ariana Hunter going 2 for 2 at the free throw line, getting it back down to a 1-point game. Palmer's back in the game to go along with De'Aja Harden, and along with Nat Jones on the floor right now as well for the Lions. Working the ball around the top. McKenna gets it to Paris. Boyce up fakes, turns, fires. Short jump shot, no good. Lions battling. The ball's knocked out of bounds. It still will be Nelson ball.
Yeah, it's Nelson's turn to start missing some high percentage shots that normally they hit, but over these last few possessions, they've been missing them. And credit Langston for providing pressure and making it tough. Almost ran out of time there.
Deflected pass. Good drive by De'Aja Harden. Harden tries to dribble around the back, but she maintains possession and scores the ball. And the Lady Lions from Langston take their first lead of the game by 1, 29-28 with 1:38 to go.
Great play by Harden, making an impact on the game. Her first play today. Hopefully many more will come.
Driving baseline goes Paris Miller. It's going to be stolen that time by, of course, Alyssa Palmer. Palmer wants to go coast to coast. Euro through the lane, draws contact, back to the free throw line. Go the Langston Lions now.
Yeah, this is LU defense, and this is the way they like to play offense, is get up and go and trying to score in transition. Now, something that they have to improve on is free throws. That has been a problem the past 2 games. It's been a problem all season long for Langston University. They're dead last in the Sooner Athletic Conference in free throw percentage. So in games like this, you got to bear down and make things happen.
They are off to a good start, 2 for 2 so far. Of course, I said that way too soon.
I set you up. I said what I said. It's the truth. But I've talked with Coach Vincent about it, and he said, man, it's just one of those things. They shoot hundreds of free throws before and after practice.
And Palmer goes 1 of 2 at the free throw line, so officially on the day now the Lions are 3 of 4.
But you got a 2-point lead here. See if you can get this ball back and ride this momentum here offensively. Oh, Boyce was wide open underneath there.
And, again, the worst thing is they commit the foul. Does Langston, as Simon wants to argue the call, but that is not. Boyce got position and she scored.
Well, Simon fell for the fake, got her to go, and then Boyce shot the shot, got fouled and made it, and has the end one opportunity. So it was a good play by Boyce. I don't know what Simon. I know Simon's frustrated on that play.
Kate Miller checks out of the game, and returning to the game now is Bailey Doris. Also, McKenna comes out of the game, and into the game comes Presley Wheeler. On the floor with Janiyah Tucker, Nat Jones, Autumn Simon, Alyssa Palmer, and, of course, De'Aja Harden. So now 1:09 to go. Back up top goes Nelson. 1:03 to go. Ball on the right wing. Dahl to the corner.
Take it.
Three-point shot. Pure.
I loved it.
String music. Knocked down there by Tucker. Tucker now has 12 in the game.
Yeah, I love the shot selection. Boyce was too far in front of her. Tucker's way more athletic than Boyce. Took advantage of it. Oh, did she? Okay, she got fouled. They're going to call a foul on Harden.
So the foul on Harden.
But
So
yeah,
that's team
I mean,
foul
going
number
back to that
6.
last possession, when you get a matchup like that,
You got to take advantage.
You got to shoot. And shot she did to retake the lead for Langston now. Nelson's going to have an opportunity to tie it here because they're now in the bonus. Yes, they're
Yes,
in
they
the
are.
bonus now, so she'll have 2 free throw shot attempts.
All right, shot from the back rim, and they got the shooter's roll. There goes Scalise. Scalise has 10 in the first half. Well, double digits in the first half of this one.
3 of them are three-pointers.
Yeah, she has 4 3-pointers. And she knocks down her second free throw attempt. So she's got 14 in the game, all tied up at 33 right now. So now going to work. Substitutions coming in the game now. Curry comes in for Jones, along with, so you got
I
Deasia
like
Thomas.
this lineup. I like this lineup with Hunter, Thomas, Palmer, Tucker, and then Layla Curry down there. Just a bunch of playmakers here. These are who I trust the most right now.
Going in the lane goes Curry. High off the glass. Shot no good that time. Rebound by Paris Miller. Gets the ball now in the hands of Wheeler. Wheeler back to Paris Miller. Shot clock turned off. Whoever has this one may take going to halftime with the lead. Paris Miller has the ball stripped by Janiyah Tucker. Tucker going to work in the lane. Shot off the glass and scored the basket for Tucker, giving the Langston Lady Lions a lead.
Well, I think it tied it up. They've got an opportunity to take the lead if she hits the free throw. Oh, I think, yeah, okay. Okay, yeah.
They count the basket.
Okay.
35-33.
I was going to say, the defender did not get her feet set. That was no way, shape, form an offensive foul. So that was a defensive blocking foul. It's the right move. I know the Nelson crowd over here is kind of booing. They can boo all they want. It's the right call. Tucker's going to have an opportunity to shoot 1 free throw. I guess, okay, it is a 2-point lead. You can make it a 3-point lead if she makes it.
So
Here we
now-
go. Wow. This is a dogfight.
That's exactly what you expect. When winner take all today, this team, the person that wins this one wins the regular season champion, is the number 1 seed in the SAC tournament. And Janiyah Tucker knocks that down. 11 seconds to go.
All right, watch out for 11.
So somebody's got to watch out for Scalise. Ball in the hands now and of Paris Miller. Miller backs it up with 2 seconds on the clock. Deep 3-point shot, draws no iron, and the Lions climb the mountain. Took the shot from Nelson early and worked their way back to the top of the hill, and will go in at the end of the first half with a 3-point lead. Very impressive.
What was the biggest lead for Nelson? It was in the double digits.
Yes, 11.
Okay, at one point
No, 12 was their biggest lead.
Okay, at one point in this first half, Nelson had a 12-point lead and was shooting lights out from the perimeter. And, Langston was trying to struggle through missing some open shots. They just couldn't find rhythm. And then, boom, you keep at it. You keep fighting. This is what Coach Vincent talked about, of being mentally strong and executing at a high level. No matter what happens, you've got to be able to forget about the previous possession and concentrate on what you can control. Weather the storm. LU weathered the storm in a very positive way that I think is going to carry a lot of momentum going into the second half.
All right, so right now, as it stands, they're going to recognize the seniors for the men's team, so we're going to stay right here, and we'll take a break. We'll turn it over to Joshua Busby.
Men have represented the Lion Nation with pride on and off the court, demonstrating discipline, resilience, and championship character. Their commitment to excellence has helped raise the standard of this program and leave a lasting legacy. Our first senior is number 0, Orlando Thomas. Orlando is a liberal education major from Chicago, Illinois. Following graduation, Orlando plans to continue to play basketball overseas. He's being escorted tonight by Deanna Williams. Next, we have number 3, Antonio Lewis, a hyper major from New Orleans, Louisiana. After graduation, Antonio plans to become a coach or a trainer. He is being escorted by Brandon Brock and Reese Wright. Our next senior is number 4, Jay Wilson. Jay is a hyper major from Denton, Texas. Following graduation, Jay plans to pursue a professional basketball career. Jay is being escorted tonight by Toledo McKenzie and Michael Scheidemann and K. Maria Wilson. And finally, number 5, Cameron McCoy. Cameron, a junior studies major from Los Angeles, California. After graduation, Cam plans to pursue professional basketball or become a graduate assistant and begin coaching. He's being escorted tonight by Carla McCoy, Caden McCoy, Chloe McCoy, and Aaron Watkins. Let's give it up one more time for our men's basketball seniors.
All right. The basketball seniors are being acknowledged right there at center court, right there. Right next, of course, men's head basketball coach, Chris Wright. And they will acknowledge the senior basketball players. Of course, this is not only basketball homecoming, it's senior night. They will acknowledge that, of course, the women during the men's halftime. So be looking for that. We're going to take a break right now. Of course, this is Basketball Homecoming presented today by Luna. Also sponsored, of course, by MJ Bail Bonds, Blue Sky Bank, Community Health Centers of Oklahoma, and Guiding Right. And, of course, Tinker Federal Credit Union. We'll take a break, and we'll be back here shortly. In about 6 minutes, we'll be back. You're listening to Langston Lyon Basketball Homecoming presented by Luna. Welcome back to MJ Bail Bonds Halftime Report. Of course, MJ Bail Bonds, a top bail bond dealer in Oklahoma City. They understand life's unexpected challenges, and we're here to help you through them. Available 24/7 to provide expert assistance when you need it most. Let Marlon James and his staff take great care of you and your loved one. Maurice Prince, Jay Swick on the call right here. Of course, the MJ Bail Bonds Halftime Report. But today's game is basketball homecoming today, brought to you by Luna. Legacy on the court, pride in the stand, and purpose beyond the game. Basketball homecoming today, of course, February 21st, 2026, Langston University, connecting generations of Langston Lions on campus and beyond. I want to thank, of course, the Langston University Alumni Association, National Alumni Association, for sponsoring today's contest. Taking a look at the numbers, a couple of things stand out to me real big here, and it's just how unconscious Nelson College has been from deep today. They have shot 7 of 15, 46, almost 47%. 47, to me, you can round that up to 50% shooting. 7 of 15 from deep. That is how they have been able to establish their lead. But as the game began to wane on just a little bit here, Langston University found a way to get back in the game. Nelson had a lead as high as 12. It was only early into the first quarter of the game, but in the first half of the game, they outscored, the first quarter, they outscored Langston 22-16 by 6. Going into the second, Langston found a little bit more traction and outscored them in the paint by 10, 14-4, and led by 9, outscoring them at the second quarter 20-11 to end up taking the lead by 3, 36-33. Those numbers are quite shocking, but it really shouldn't be, considering just how potent both of these teams are. Nelson College, the #1 offense in the Sooner Athletic Conference, dominant, good, has been money and cash, one of the best offensive scoring teams in the nation overall. Then you've got all the defense that you could ask for, one of the top nationally ranked defenses here in the country, and not only #1 in the SAC is Langston University. Both of these schools have something to hang their hat on, and whoever can make their identity stick the most in the second half, hey man, may have the best chance to go it. However, there is a couple of trends that need to be noted. One was the points in the paint, 14-4. The other trend was points off turnovers. For a long time, Nelson did a good job of not turning the ball over. But soon, it began to manifest itself. The Lions ended up forcing 12 first-half turnovers against them in this game, and that has kind of led to some things being kind of crazy overall. The whole reason why it needs to be pointed out is because Langston has outscored Nelson 12-5 on points off turnovers. But the other positive trend, if you are a Nelson fan watching this broadcast today, is the +7 that they're doing on the rebound. Paris Miller has been a ball magnet. Not only does she have 11 points, but she has 7 rebounds to go along with it. Lauren Scalise has been red hot today. She's got 14 total points in the game, and she's 4 of 8, 50% shooting the 3. Now, if you're Langston on the other side of it, you've got to find a way to continue to feed Janiah Tucker. She had 15 first-half points. The Lions got 7 from Ariana Hunter. They got 6 from Layla Curry. But they're going to need more from Alyssa Palmer, and they're going to need to get some points in the paint from Timmons and or Simon inside. If they can find a way to get that done, good things can happen. Now, in terms of adjustments, if you're Nelson, you want to continue to put Langston in odd situations. You want them to continue to have to climb the mountain and chase you. That's where you put the Lions at a disadvantage, Langston anyway, at a disadvantage, having them to rely on offensive production to stay in the game. However, if you're Langston, you've got the lead. Now you want to establish and maintain your defensive prowess and energy. Why? For one reason and one reason only. You want to make Nelson College have to continue to get uncomfortable, leave them scrambling, and find other opportunities to get back in this game. So walking back here, of course, at the MJ Bail Bonds halftime report, Maurice Prince, Jay Swig coming back here after an emotional, of course, down there on the court side. And he talked to Chris Wright. We'll talk a little bit more about that into next game. But in terms of adjustments, Swig, one of the key terms I had mentioned, and I'm just going to mention it even though I've said it once, is the +7 that Nelson College has on rebounding. They have out-rebounded Langston 23-16, and to me that was a trend they have to watch. But the other one was points off turnovers.
Right.
Langston finally got that going. They got 12-5 on that, and then points in the paint. Langston outscoring them 14-4. To me, those are some massive numbers, and those massive numbers provide opportunity overall, and is trending in the direction in Langston's favor. Whoever has the dominant statistic in a couple of these categories is going to end up winning this game.
Yeah, and I think sometimes rebounds can be a little bit of a different stat, but great rebound there by LU. You just got to be looking at the little thing. Take care of the little things and be even more intense in just your execution and your concentration here. And continue to do what you do, but you're going to have to knock down some open shots.
Janiah Tucker misses that one. Kate Miller comes away with the rebound.
I didn't like that shot selection, but I have liked what they have been doing for most of the game, and they obviously found rhythm there at the end of the first half. Just got to keep fighting, man. This is a long basketball game, and it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
All right, De'Asia Thomas was going to get caught for the foul. They're making contact against Scalise, trying to go downhill here. So it's the first team foul of the second half here. But the team both of these teams have an identity. Nelson College has been able to not have to rely on defense because of their superb offensive paralysis. And then you start talking about how Langston's defense has been their anchor for their team a majority of the year. And that's how they get their offense off of those plays, as Janiah Tucker came away with that one. Curry on the other end. Side rim, that one wasn't able to get that one to fall. Here comes McKenna and the Nelson Lions.
Yeah, just a little bit short, but I had no problems with that shot selection.
Miller.
I like Janiah Tucker getting in between the passing lanes, making it tough for them to pass the basketball as well as shoot it.
Scalise over the top of the boys' screen gets it in the hands of McKenna. McKenna being guarded. 8 seconds on the shot clock. They got to swing it over to Miller. Miller wants to go down low to Boyce. Boyce turns, fires. Front rim shot no good. Great defense by De'Asia Thomas.
Yeah, you want Abby Boyce to be the one taking the shots and not Peyton Miller and Scalise and some of the other ones. If she's taking the shots, you're doing something right.
So going with the ball here, Curry turns and fires. Free throw jump shot no good. Rebound by McKenna. 8:22 to go. McKenna pressing the ball ahead. Into the lane she goes, gets it over to Miller. Reset, Kate Miller, stutter step, kicks it to the wing. Three-point shot by Scalise is no good that time. Curry boxed out, but no one grabbed the rebound, and Paris Miller has it wide open. Back rim shot no good.
What a rebound by
Tucker has it.
Tucker, now she's off to the races.
Hits the Jets on the other end. Tucker in the lane, finishes at the rim and extends the Lion lead to 5, their biggest lead of the game.
She's got a different gear than everybody else, and I think the reason that Curry didn't get the rebound, I think Boyce backed up and Curry lost her balance and fell back a little bit. But boy, did Janiah Tucker turn a negative into a positive to go up 5. I just love it when she gets running down the court, and in those fast break and transition opportunities, they just flourish in those types of situations. And they utilize their speed. It's just something they're really comfortable doing. So when they're doing it, they're doing something right. Things are going well.
All right, if you're watching online, streaming on PPBC TV, want you to cue in on that screen right there and look at that QR code. Hey, join Luna instantly and stay connected to Langston alumni nationwide. So if you're here today, go ahead and make that happen. Go ahead and drop and scan that QR code that you see on the screen right there. So whether you're watching the game online, just scan it right now and join Luna, the Langston University National Alumni Association. Maurice Prince and Jay Swick on the call this afternoon. Lions up by 5, and they're going to do it by their defensive intensity, their defensive energy, their scrappiness. That's what makes this team so hard to beat and get over. You know, there have been steps in this game and stages of each game during the season where this Langston defense is a part of their identity. This is who Chris Vincent has this team cultured to be. So So now the ball will be in the hands now of Scalise, who will get the ball into McKenna. Langston extending the pressure just a little bit here to go. 7:51 to go. Ball on the right wing. Ball up top. Ball in the hands now of Miller, who gets it to Boyce. 17 seconds on the shot clock. Boyce backing down, turning around. Tucker trying to get to it. Kick out top to McKenna. McKenna up fake, driving the lane. Kick up top and throws it over the head of Kate Miller that time.
Yep. Defensive pressure, forcing Nelson into making mistakes and uncomfortable passes. Just got to keep doing it. I love that possession defensively for Langston. Now they've got to figure out a way to capitalize on turnovers a little bit more to increase their lead.
38-33 is what it is right now. Moving the ball to the right wing. Driving inside. Ball up in the hands now of Deasia Thomas, who has it deflected, but somehow Hunter ends up with it. Hunter tries to shoot. Nice deflect. An altered shot there by Kate Miller. They throw it ahead to Scalise. Drives the basket. She can't get that one to fall, but she gets her own rebound. Misses that second opportunity. Then Paris Miller is finally fouled by Janiyah Tucker on 3 shots on goal.
That's okay.
Rebounding, creating extra opportunities for an offensive team is not the best identity or best idea you would want to do if you're Langston.
But I mean, if Langston didn't hustle and get all the way down there and work their tails off to do whatever they could to disrupt that pass, that would have been an easy bucket for Nelson. Deasia Thomas was late to the party, but she still added a little bit of pressure to force the missed shot. That was an uncomfortable shot attempt by Miller. Tucker's going to get the foul called, but it's worth it.
Team foul number 2.
And remember, she missed the first free throw, so that whole possession ended up being only 1 point for Nelson. You'll take that every day.
38-34 is what it is now. Miller now in the game has 12. 6:57 to go in the third quarter. Ball in the hands of Hunter, who swings it over to Tucker right now. Tucker fires it inside to Jones with a beautiful bounce pass inside to Thomas, who couldn't get the first one to fall, but she picks up the loose change and makes $1 out of it.
Absolutely. 6-point lead now. Got to keep getting stops, turning it into points. Here we go.
Boyce thought about throwing it and going downhill goes Kate Miller.
Good defense
Miller up
by
under
Thomas.
and draws contact, is going to get a foul. And it's going to be, I think, the foul called against Deasia Thomas.
I'm not mad at that foul either. You know, they're probably going to put Timmons in for her. But, so again, with aggressive defense is going to come some fouls. You just got to kind of find that in between, find that medium. Fouls are going to be called, but you still, at the end of the day, want to be aggressive and apply pressure in any shape, form, or fashion, and make them earn it from the free throw line.
40-35 is the score as Kate Miller knocks down a free throw. She knocks down another one, goes 2 for 2 at the line. And another great job by Nelson at the line, 9 of 13.
Free throw line, and Nelson's #1 in points, but they're 8th in the conference in free throws.
Going to the basket, nice job by Palmer, scoring in the lane, hitting them with a little bit of sauce, a little bit of nasty. Langston leads right now by 6. Bounce pass to the right wing, Scalise wide open, and she straight cash and cuts that lead in half.
I was afraid of that. I thought she was going to drive baseline. It was wide open, but Hunter gave it to her. She moved left, he got the ball back and knocked down the 3. That's Scalise in a nutshell.
Jones going to work against Boyce, throwing it out. Hunter finds a track down the lane, goes to the basket and scores. Count it!
That's what I love about Ariana Hunter's game. I want to see it more often. You know, that's what I want to see. She's really good at that. She hit a big-time buzzer beater the other day, doing just that, I think, against Ozarks last week. I mean, when she's able to split double teams, get downhill, attack the rim, draw pressure, she can shoot the shot and get fouled. And make shots all at the same time. It's an ability that not everybody has.
Hunter knocks down, and she's good at the free throw line now, and the lead is 45-39, 5:42 to go.
It's crossover there.
So Boyce gets it back in the hands of Paris Miller. Miller sitting on 12 points this afternoon. Scalise is the high flyer for Nelson. Kate Miller can't handle the pass. It trickles out of bounds, and it will be Langston basketball.
I want to give props to Alyssa Palmer for fighting through those screens. You know, she's got that knee brace on her left leg. It's sometimes hard to move and deal with, but she's fighting tooth and nail to stay in front of Paris Miller and limit her shot attempts, and it's helping out this team.
45-39, wide open, three-point shot by Palmer. Palmer not able to drain that one. Paris Miller comes up with the rebound. Paris Miller now.
Oh, Harris. No, that's Hunter.
Hunter
Ariana
comes away
Hunter.
with the steal there. Hunter driving to the basket again, couldn't get that one to fall. Layla Curry picks up the loose change and makes $1 out of it.
Keep attacking. You get another stop and a bucket. I think Coach Sons is going to call a timeout here, but then Scalise knocks down the net.
Scalise is straight cash right now.
Golly.
She's got 20 in the afternoon. You're going to have to find a way. Somebody's going to have to put a body on Scalise as she's coming up the floor. She has just been dynamic today. All the attention is normally played to Paris Miller, and rightfully so. But today it's the Scalise party. She's come to Oklahoma and brought a bag with her.
Yeah. We knew she was lethal coming into this game, being their best three-point shooter. And that was a key that we talked about in pregame. You've got to at least get a hand in her, do whatever you can to make her feel uncomfortable, because it doesn't matter where she's at along that perimeter. She can hit the three consistently, and that's really what's keeping them in this game right now. If they're not shooting the three as effectively as they are, we're talking about double-digit lead by a lot by Langston, but the three-point shooting has been so effective. How many have they hit?
Well, that's a tough one right now because the thing's not in sync.
Oh, okay. All right.
So,
we don't have an updated.
Yeah, I'll get an update here in a minute as soon as I can get that. But the three-point shooting is something that has been trending. So as it is, Swick, they are 9 of 19, 47% from deep.
Hell,
that's
a good three-point percentage. That's almost half your shots.
And they've knocked down. The most they knocked down was the first quarter when it was 5. They've knocked 2 in each quarter since that time.
How many is Scalise hit?
Scalise is 6 of 11.
So it's 6 of the 9 threes made.
Yeah, so, she's got 18 points just on three-point shots alone.
She's the venomous snake right now that you've got to step on somehow, some way.
If you're Langston. But
right.
Other than that, you're going to have to either bring Jermani Harris in the game or you're going to have to put Hunter in the game. Somebody has got to be trailing her and identify where she is at all times. And force somebody else, as you have said earlier, to beat you. Here we go again. Ariana Hunter gets it inside to Curry. Curry swings it. Curry decides not to swing it. She puts the ball on the deck, drives to the hole, and scores.
She just beat Kate Holmes. I think Kate Holmes was like standing there watching her. I don't know. Curry went right by, got the easy bucket.
49-42 as McKenna drives inside, and Harden and Hunter both combined. I don't know who they're going to call the foul on.
I think it's going to be Harden. Who blocked the shot?
That's what you could give it to whoever you want to give it to.
If it was one or the other, it would have been okay.
So as the free throw line right now goes McKenna. She knocks down a free throw. McKenna now 2 for 2 at the free throw line. That's her third point of the game. 49-43 is what the score is right now. And McKenna goes 2 for 2, getting it back down to a 5-point margin. 4:24 to go in the third. Team fouls, Langston 4, Nelson 1. Ball going left now is Hunter. Hunter looks like a screen against Timmons. Palmer with 6 in the game, needs some more from her. Hunter up at the top, throws it over, putting the ball up top. Harden inside, loses it in the lane. Ball's going to get knocked loose. They're going to call a baseline ball out of bounds. They're not going to say give her credit for a free throw, or are they?
Okay,
they're going to give it to McKenna. Okay. Yeah. Team foul number 2. So they're going to say Harden was in the act of shooting that time. And for the record, that last particular foul was called on DeArjane Harden on the other end. So
makes the free throw. This is something that I really wanted to see improve today for Langston, is to be effective from the free throw line. Give yourself a chance.
Ball in the hands now of Paris Miller.
Oh, great job by Palmer.
Palmer deflecting the ball, knocking it loose. And now here come the Lions with a chance to extend the lead as Hunter has the ball and control of the offense right now.
Yeah, to get a stop like that against Paris Miller, their best player, that's encouraging.
Bounce pass inside to Timmons, and a great job. Timmons shutting up on the box, and a nice flash to the goal, and she scores.
And a dime from Palmer. I love her play right now. Palmer's confidence level is through the roof, and Timmons is going to do that every time if you get her wide open on the block.
Lead is 9. Kate Miller loses it. Dearjane Harden takes it off the floor.
Off to the races.
Here they go. Harden trying to go coast to coast. Shot off the glass. No good. Rebound by Timmons, and the ball's going to be knocked out of her hands. It'll be Langston ball.
Yeah, I think they're going to get a foul on and put Timmons at the line.
The Lions are continuing to attack the paint. They are outscoring Nelson 26-4. So for everything Nelson has been able to accomplish from deep from three-point range, 47%, which is incredible. Langston has been able to overcome that Swick by the points in the paint, 26-4. Timmons at the free throw line right now. She missed that one.
Yeah, I mean, the logic is the closer you are to the basket, the easier it is to score. And they're taking that philosophy and proving it true right now.
53-44.
Oh.
She misses 2 at the line. Ball down loose. Going to be a jump ball situation. And
that's Langston.
And it's going to be Langston
ball.
What a great job getting an extra possession there by Layla Curry. 3:10 to go. Lions up by 9.
Layla Curry just making plays in different ways to benefit her team. That's what she is as a basketball player.
Throwing the ball into the backcourt and tracking it down goes Palmer. 20 seconds on the shot clock, plenty of time. Ball in the hands now of Hunter. Nelson remains in zone, a 2-1-2.
Do it.
Hunter trying to break down the defense. Gives it over. Palmer up fake over to Hunter. Hunter fires a 3 from the left wing. Shot no good. Ball trickles out. Scalise ends up with it. Don't back off Scalise. Ball in the hands of Miller. Miller puts the ball on the deck. Hands off to Kate Miller. Miller above the circle at the arc. Swing over to Paris Miller. Miller looking for space to operate. Hunter trying to blind her. And inside goes Paris Miller to the cup. She draws contact against Layla Curry.
Yeah, Curry's going to get called for the foul.
So third personal foul overall for Layla Curry in the game right now. But Swig, the Lions are slowing them down. And at some point, the Lions today shooting threes has not been great. 6 of 21, 28.6%.
And that's okay if you take care of the inside scoring.
Exactly. So you can spot that one. But points off turnovers, the Lions are continuing to expand. In this quarter, they've added 4 more. Points off turnovers, 16-5 as it stands right now. Back rim or shot falls down for Miller. Miller now has 13 in the game.
And on defense, just being the aggressor, being the one that's applying the pressure, it just seems like Nelson is in reaction mode. They're kind of on defense, just kind of trying to protect themselves instead of applying pressure to Langston.
Right, and exactly, and that pressure is going to continue to rise as we get closer to the end of this game. They've switched now to a 2-3 zone. Hunter swings it over. Harden wants to break down the defense. She does. Goes glass. Shot no good as she drives, but she gets her own rebound. Layla Curry with contact, and she's going to hit the floor, but she's going to go back to the free throw line.
To be able to draw the foul on the fadeaway shot. I love it. Layla Curry, versatile. That's the word that I use with Layla Curry a lot is versatile. She can just do a lot of things really, really well, and it's different every night. And so that was another play that she made at the benefit of her team. Just didn't make the first free throw. Will hopefully knock down this second one. The free throws been a little bit of an Achilles heel with this team.
But again, until this free throw round, the Lions were just at 70%. And then they missed 2, and that starts opening the door. And those are mistakes you cannot tend to make here. Do we have a lane violation?
I think so.
And we get another free throw opportunity. Let's see if Layla can do something with that. So as it stands right now, the Lions had been making some money at the free throw line.
Now
free
concentrate.
And she knocks that one down. So great job by Layla Curry. The lead is now 54-46. Coming across the timeline now, Paris Miller being guarded by Palmer. Palmer gives it up. Miller now has it. Kate Miller, bounce pass inside, going to the lane, trying to get the ball on a backdoor cut down low. Basket no good that time. Here come the Lions in the lane. Hunter can't get it. Simon, who had just checked in the game, got the rebound. Hunter tries to take back the space, gives it over to Palmer on the left. Back to the corner. Driving inside goes Curry, and Curry loses it in the lane.
Yeah, just lost control there at the last second. I love the ball distribution. It's just that one little mistake. Coach Vincent saying, hey, come up, add pressure.
Okay, Lions lead by 8, but Scalise is trying to dive into that. And Scalise let him know that she knocked that one down. And Scalise gets the lead back down to 5, 1:22 to go.
Vincent saw that coming 100 miles away. That's why he's saying step up, guard the perimeter. He felt that one was going to come, and sure enough, it did.
Wasting no time in making this game closer every chance they get. Nelson willing to chip away and finding space at distance. Palmer drives the lane, contact against Huff, and now Palmer's going to the free throw line.
Love it.
But the Lions have got to make the most of those opportunities. Right. It's team foul number 4 against Nelson. That's team foul number 5, correction. Palmer to the free throw line to go with 6. She's 1 of 2 at the free throw line. As a team, they're 8 of 12, 66%. They've got to be shooting around 70% to make this happen today. So as it stands right now, shot by Palmer, no good that time. She gets one more. 1:02 to go.
I mean, Palmer, the way she attacked the wing, weaving in and out of the defense to take the high percentage shot, she's good at that. Shania Tucker's good at that. Harden's good at that.
1 of 2 at the free throw line.
Ariana Hunter's good at that. Did you see? Keep doing that. I know it's not very detailed, but it's simple. You just got to execute that style of play and shot selection.
6-point advantage again for Langston. Under a minute to go in the third. Nelson working the ball around.
Good
ball
job,
knocked loose.
Simon.
And Simon's going to get called for a foul. She's going to get called foul that time against Anna Green, who's in the game.
Okay. I mean, that was close. I'm not mad at that. Timmons is going to come in for her. Simon, she plays really hard. She really cares, and you can just see by her demeanor and her enthusiasm on the court. Like, she means business. She's not out here just to have fun. She's out here to win. And, sometimes she does get in foul trouble.
Back rim that first free throw there by Huff.
Again, Nelson's 8th in the conference in free throws.
And today
not much better than Langston.
Well, that may be true, but today is, like you said, is what you do today. As it stands right now, they're 15 of 19 for 78%.
Well, and then also talking with Coach Vincent about the free throws, he said sometimes that can be deceiving. Yeah, your free throw percentage is not going to be the best if your non-best free throw shooters are shooting the majority of the free throws. Sometimes it's not the free throws, it's the player that just isn't as good as some of the other players that has taken most of the shots.
Huff knocks down the free throw. She gets into the scoring column now. Ariana Hunter comes across. 41 seconds to go in the third. She calls out the offensive set. She swings it over to Harden. Harden gives it over to Palmer. Palmer up top over to Hunter on the right wing. Hunter tries to cross over into the lane. Kick. 3-point shot from the corner by Curry. Curry knocks it down. Curry now has 14 points in the game.
Did you see here, Turner, the crowd put the threes up, and then Vincent pushed her and said, get back on defense, girl. I love that.
Palmer's got the assignment of covering Scalise. Ball in the hands now, dribbling up top against Wheeler.
And that's the right person to put on her.
Paris Miller being guarded by Harden right now. 2 seconds on the clock. Don't know if she knows. Turns and fires. And as time expires, it's an 8-point advantage for the Langston Lions as we go into the fourth. Time for us to hit a break. You're listening to Basketball Homecoming here at Langston University, brought to you today by the Langston University National Alumni Association. We'll be right back. Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth here this afternoon. Maurice Prince, Jay Swig. Langston Basketball Homecoming brought to you, of course, today by Luna, the Langston University National Alumni Association, also sponsored by Blue Sky Bank, MJ Bail Bonds, Community Health Centers of Oklahoma, and Guiding Right. We're going to see an amazing fourth quarter here in just a minute here, Swig. What does Langston need to do to bring it home?
That's a loaded question. It's a lot of answers to that question. I think you've got to get down to basics and kind of what we were talking about with Chris Vincent before the game. It's coming down to just execution, high effort level, and making shots. You just got to be able to make shots. I have no problem with the shot selection. I think they're taking a lot of open shots. When you're at the free throw line, you got to make your free throws, and you keep playing relentless defense right now. Nelson can't win if they can't score. So I think you hang your hat on defense here and maybe get this transition offense going just like we saw here.
Miller lost the ball off her shoe, up to Palmer in the corner. Palmer kicks it back out to Hunter. Hunter, step back, three!
Bang!
Cash from the wing.
That's what I'm talking about. You get stops, you turn it into points. Now it's an 11-point lead, and all the momentum's on your side.
Hunter has now 13 in the game, and she is now in the game 2 of 6 from deep. Paris tries to answer on the other end, and she absolutely does. She's got 17 to go along with Scalise's 23. Nelson College is locked and loaded and will continue to fire up them up. And that time Harden, almost not paying attention, almost lost it back in the hands of Hunter. Palmer thought about the three inside the lane to Curry. Nice up fake into the lane. And score the basket for Layla Curry, driving the baseline and putting the deuce on the board.
That's what a great basketball move. I mean, she got that defender to come up, and it wasn't even a fade. It was just a little shimmy to get that defender to move up, and she went right past her, and then they got frustrated, fouled her while she was shooting it, weren't going to stop her. What a play by Layla Curry.
Layla Curry with 16 points in the game right now. Langston lead is 10. Can she extend it back to 11? She does not get that one to fall. Paris Miller with the rebound. In the hands now of Wheeler. Wheeler across the timeline. Curry picks her up.
9 minutes of hell right here. You got to sell out.
Curry goes under the screen by Boyce. Ball on the right wing, back up top to Wheeler. Wheeler tries to throw it down. Nice inbound play to Boyce. Boyce got behind Timmons, and Boyce does a great job of positioning herself, and Timmons had no chance. It was going to be easy, too, forcing Harden to commit the foul.
Yeah, I don't know if Timmons knew exactly where she was on the floor, but she was too far up, and it had too much space there. You know, you did have backside help by Harden. She's going to have to prove it at the free throw line. And she almost got the clean block. Give DeAustinee Harden some credit there, but she did get called for the foul.
Boyce now with 4 on the afternoon, looking for her 5th point and to bring Nelson College a step closer. And she does just that. Substitutions or a timeout has been called on the floor by Michael Sons. Hey, it's time to talk about the right way to play. The right way to play? The NAIA is big on the right way to play. When we play the right way, everyone rises, because the right way isn't just about the rules of the game. It's about respect for the game and the culture it fosters. The NAIA takes the student part of student athletes seriously, balancing growth with the whole person with athletic achievement, because that's the right way to play on the field, in the classroom, and within the community. The NAIA, college athletics, the way it was meant to be. Maurice Prince and Jay Swick on the call here, as this, of course, is Langston Basketball Homecoming, brought to you today by Luna. Who is Luna? I can tell you who they are. They're the official alumni organization of Langston University, dedicated to strengthening alumni engagement, supporting student success, and preserving the proud legacy of this institution. From scholarships to mentorship and to alumni programming and advocacy, Luna ensures that Langston's legacy continues to thrive well beyond the classroom. So we saw Boyce get to the free throw line. We've seen a little bit of shift of energy here, but when it's all said and done, the Lions are continuing to win the categories that they have dominated in all season. 19-8 in points off turnovers. The continued trend still is +8 in rebounding now is, of course, Nelson College against Langston. Langston's going to have to cut into that and control those opportunities. But more importantly, I have to say this enough. Can someone guard Scalise?
Yeah, and, you know, it's not just her. Miller hit a big-time three. It's, I think, the possession before last.
They've got 40 points. They got 40 points against combined. Timmons on the other end. Shot is going to be altered there by Miller. What a great job. But Harden ends up corralling it. Palmer, wide open three from the right wing. Shot no good. Rebound tracked down that time by Wheeler. Wheeler comes across the timeline, gets it over to Kate Miller. Kate Miller drives.
I thought.
And they're going to save.
Thank you. Her foot was on the line, and I was like, come on, blow the whistle. He did. Yeah, she slid. She had the ball. Her foot just barely hit the line, but that's LU basketball.
8-point advantage by Langston right now. Throws the ball ahead in the hands right now, of course, of Palmer. Now in the hands of Hunter. Hunter standing on the logo, 20 seconds on the shot clock.
Notice we haven't seen Janiah Tucker in a while. They're saving her for those last 5-6 minutes.
Shot from the corner, no good that time by Palmer, and she fights inside and gets a rebound. Up fake by Hunter. Kicks it over to Curry. Curry resets, 16 seconds on the shot clock. No need to hurry. Langston Lion basketball this afternoon. This one's for the whole enchilada right here, folks.
Oh, need help.
Inside to Timmons. Timmons has position on Miller. She couldn't get it to fall. Gets her own rebound. Put back. Good. Timmons.
How many offensive boards did we see the Lady Lions of Langston get on that possession? They are crashing the boards. It was one of the keys of the game for Coach Vincent is he wanted to see his team rebound better and put out maximum effort, and that is all hard work and effort right there to earn the bucket to go up double digits.
65-55 is the score. Timeout has been called on the floor. And it was funny. I said they were down by 8 rebounds, right? On that possession, they cut it in half. Now the rebound margin is 5. So, 3 offensive rebounds on that, and then you get the basket. You've got 3 Lions in double-digit scoring. Janiah Tucker, 17 points, and to your point, has not been in the game just yet. Then you have, of course, Ariana Hunter with 13 points, and then Layla Curry with 16 points. It has been impressive overall how this team has gotten it done. Layla Curry, 16 points, 5 rebounds in this game, and 1 assist. When you've got Ariana Hunter, 13 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, and 5 steals. She borderline is flirting right there, and that triple-double talk, if you want to talk about.
Right.
So, and then, of course, you got a double-double being played right now by Paris Miller. 17 points, 10 rebounds in the game. She's been simply outstanding. What does she have in the tank down the stretch for Nelson? As it is in Miller's hand, Paris Miller's hand. And then they're going to call a foul against
Curry.
That's not good. That's foul number 4 against her.
Honestly, didn't really see where that warranted the whistle, but I think she's wondering the same thing.
But that's her 4th
But that's
foul.
the call.
She's got to watch that. So now going to work, and they're going to throw it. Wheeler put too much pepper on the pass, trying to get the ball in the hands of Scalise.
Yeah, bad pass. She was going in. The passer thought she was coming out. Made a bad pass, gives another opportunity to the Langston Lady Lions.
Scalise had 14 first-half points. Since then, she's only had 9. So she's had an outstanding situation there. But be watching her. All she is a 3-point shot away from igniting and getting going here. Going to work right now. Ball on the right. Ball in the hands of Palmer. Back up top to the left. Drawing. Going to kick it back out as Hunter in the hands of Palmer. Up fake. 6 seconds on the shot clock. So you got to get a shot off. Shot against the rim. Rebound by Deaja Thomas. Fouled and go back to the free throw line. And she's going to draw contact against Paris Miller. And Paris Miller will pick up her 2nd personal foul.
Love it. I love the strategy. Just keep going down as close as you can and taking as many high percentage shots as you can possibly take. And, yeah, they're going to try and defend it, and during that process, they're going to foul you. And now you've got to make your free throws, as we just saw with Deasia Thomas. I mean, you just keep doing what you're doing here. I love the execution at this point. You just got to kind of be weary on some of those players like Layla Curry with high fouls, counts, and you'll be fine. Get after it. Sell out on defense. High effort, and I love it right now.
Trap at the top of the key. Gives a downhill swoosh down to Miller. Miller thought she was fouled, no call. Going to work now. Ball in the hands of Hunter. Hunter standing, of course, just outside half court. Lions can work on a little bit of clock here, but they've got to find a way to continue to get downhill. The points in the paint has really been a factor in this game. Nat Jones loses it right there. Ball in the hands, they're going to swing it back out. And McKenna lines up a three of her own and fires and knocks it down. McKenna now with 7.
I'd rather her take that than Scalise. That's just me. And that's where they were. The defender either had to pick her or Scalise. I would have picked Scalise and let her take the shot and prove it, and she did.
2-3 zone. Nat Jones has it. Jones goes baseline through contact and draws a foul against Kate Miller.
Nat Jones went down kind of hard on the floor there. She's kind of grabbing her shoulder, but teammates are going to help her up.
See if she's all right.
She's going to have some free throws. She's a tough young lady.
And she will, and she is. Of course, her dad's in the stand today, and of course, he is an assistant basketball coach at Millwood High School, but he's here today to cheer on his daughter. See if she shakes it off and gets to the line. The officials are being kind here, giving her a chance to shake loose a little bit of the cobwebs, if you will. So Jones at the free throw line now. Trying to get into the scoring column. She's going to leave that one a little short. 67-58, 6:05 to go. These are the free throws you need to hit. Langston up by 9.
Yeah, I mean, every free throw you take from here on out is more important than the other.
Back rims that second one with a great effort by Thomas. Miller ends up with it, gets it over to Kate Miller, back to Paris. Paris across the timeline now. 5:55 to go in this game. Paris.
Great defense by
Gets it back up top to Boyce. Boyce being guarded by Deasia Thomas. Harden trying to be a pest against Paris Miller. Trying to get the ball back in the hands of McKenna. 6 seconds on the shot clock. McKenna dives to the basket, shot no good. Rebound come away there by Jones.
What a solid defensive possession by the Langston Lady Lions. Was there every step of the way, applying pressure, and didn't get called for the foul. That is textbook defense right there by the Lady Lions.
2-3 zone. The Lions go for a screen, and they give way to Ariana Hunter, who knocks down another deep shot from distance and puts 3 on the board. She's got 16. On the answer attempt by Scalise is no good. Over to Harden, back to Hunter.
Oh, you can really, really take the momentum and ride it even further if you can get some points on this possession to go up 14 or 15. And Ariana Hunter is dangerous.
Into the lane goes Palmer. Can't get the rebound. Ball trickles around. And Palmer badly is for another rebound.
Restart that shot clock for me, will you? Thank you.
16 seconds on the shot clock. 4:33 to go in this game. Hunter looking for the screen. Hunter.
Oh, no.
Gets it down low to DT. Deasia Thomas can't score that one, but she battles for the rebound. Battles again. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will be Nelson ball. Deasia Thomas had 2 bites at the apple, couldn't get it to fall.
So close, so close. You just got to keep getting opportunities, keep crashing the boards. And I think she's going to get subbed out here momentarily.
So it looks like we have a situation where officials are going to take a look at Deasia Thomas. But she has been a battler, and, again, she is so strong on the boards. But what about this run by the Lions overall here, Swig? You're talking about a team right now who has found their stride, who has found their ability to get things going well.
Deasia Thomas, if you know her story, she's just faced so much adversity. She's one of the toughest players, and she's staying in. Okay, they're going to sub her out. Yeah, put Timmons in there. But I admire the strength that Deasia Thomas has as a woman and her nature as a competitor. It's just phenomenal.
Ball in the hands now of McKenna. Langston with backcourt pressure being applied by Jones. So Thomas is out. Timmons is in along with Harden, Palmer, and of course, on this one, pass down low. Parrish trying to track it down back in the hands of Scalise. You can tell that they've played together for quite a while, knowing with each one of them are on the floor. Scalise is going to be called for an offensive foul on that play. They're saying she was out of control underneath the goal. So here it is, Langston Lion basketball, 70-58.
Wasn't it in charge by Nat Jones?
No,
Natalia?
No, that was Scalise on that one.
Oh, okay.
On the end here, 70-58. Hunter coming across the timeline now, 3:55 to go. The Lions are attacking the clock and trying to get a quality shot. That's the goal here. Paris Miller nearly comes away with the steal there. Ball goes out of bounds, but it will still remain Langston Lion ball.
Still haven't seen Janiyah Tucker yet. There's under 4 minutes left in this game, and she might be that Swiss Army knife you need, but, I mean, she's got fresh legs.
So going to work here.
Unless there's something up with the back issue that we don't know about, it could have possibly flared up. There could be a number of reasons.
All right, going to work inside the lane. What a dribble display of ball skills there by Hunter. Hunter piercing the defense, couldn't get the shot to fall, though. Ball back in the hands of McKenna. McKenna swings it back to Miller. Miller looking for Scalise. She found Scalise. The Lions fighting over the top of the screen. Throwing it down low. Kate Miller has the ball knocked out of her hand, but will be fouled on the play there by
Palmer.
And so it's team foul number 3 against Langston right there, but it will be baseline out of bounds for Nelson here. And now Layla Curry returns in for Deajanay Harden.
And I keep using the term sell out on defense. Palmer sold out on that play. And that means do whatever you got to do to defend and prevent the bucket from happening.
That's what winning basketball looks like. Miller trying to get space against Palmer. Palmer covering. Miller with a tough contested shot. Rebound no good, or shot no good. Rebound by Jones. Under 3 minutes to go, and Hunter taking her time like a walk on a Sunday afternoon coming up half court.
Well, it is a Saturday afternoon. So why not go and win a conference championship if you have the opportunity? That's what's happening right now.
Jones in the lane. Pull-up shot is good. Easy basket. Break down the defense and score. Timeout has been called. Oh, Nelson knocked. Okay, the ball's knocked out of bounds. It's still Nelson ball.
That was close because Ariana Hunter almost tipped it back to the Nelson player to go out of bounds. The momentum's all on Langston's side right now, and it helps when you're on your home court. You've got alumni, students, fans across the state here live witnessing this. They know what's at stake. You can be cutting down the nets. If you can last these last few minutes and finish with a victory, and they're in a really good position up 14, you got to finish strong. Take your opportunities, execute. Do the simple things, the little things right, and things are going to go your way.
Today's game, of course, basketball homecoming is being brought to you today by Luna, also sponsored by Blue Sky Bank, MJ Bail Bonds, Community Health Centers of Oklahoma, and Guiding Right. Luna, legacy on the court, pride in the stands, and purpose beyond the game. Maurice Prince and Jay Swig, we get 2 of these, man. We get 2 games like this today.
Yeah, I'm going to sleep soundly tonight because my adrenaline's been pumping all day. And I like to broadcast big-time basketball games, and we get 2 of them today. It's like Christmas in February, and I love it. And and we'll get into the specifics later and what this means for this team if and when they solidify the victory. But there are things that go with this game that are going to really set them up in a good spot going forward.
All right, going to work. Scalise throws it up to Kate Miller. Miller being guarded by Layla Curry. 2.5 to go, 19 seconds on the shot clock. Right now, quality shots is what Nelson is looking for. And in the lane, Miller loses her balance, and somehow the ball
Yep.
Goes out of bounds, not able to control it.
Correct call.
2:21 to go. And there's Kate is saying there's a little moisture on the ground. That's why she lost her footing, and she gets up a little bit ginger on that left ankle, it looks like there. So the
Who are you talking about?
Kate Miller.
Oh, okay. Okay.
72-58, 2:21 to go. Hunter now going to work.
Yeah, Coach Vincent out there communicating almost like he's playing.
Going to work right now. So going to throw the ball inside, a bullet pass inside to Timmons. She can't get it, fights for a rebound, put back is good. What a great job by Timmons.
Timmons is stronger than you, and she knows it. And that's why she knows she's confident in her ability. She's going to make that play. And there's a desperation three, rebounded by Hunter.
Great job by Hunter, and the Lions are going to pull up right now.
Yeah, they're going to slow down this thing and milk this shot clock. They're in a really good position here.
And going to steal. What a great effort that time by Kate Miller. Diving, trying to make something happen for her team. 74-58. The winner of this game is the outright champion and the #1 seed for the Sooner Athletic Conference Tournament. Ball inbounded. Jones is on the floor. Gets it over to Curry. Curry gets it down to Hunter, back to Curry. Curry for three. As time expires, got that shot off. The Lions need stops. Not extended possession. Scalise drives into the lane. Score. An offensive foul against Scalise again, against Layla Curry, who stood in the lane with 4 fouls. Unbelievable. And again, the officials are talking about it here. Could they reverse the call? Because, again, Curry was inside the restricted area. I want to see if they're going to reverse that. That's a questionable situation. So it is going to be a blocking foul against Curry. So that blocking foul against Curry, and that is going to be her 5th foul. And so the reason of the reversal was simply because of where the foul took place. Curry was inside the restricted area when that took place. And so with 1:13 to go, that's where the situation is with that. 74-58. So Timmons is in to go along with Palmer, Hunter, Harden on the floor. Scalise fires a free throw. She's been cashed from that spot.
Yeah,
she's
a
3
good
for 3.
Shooter. She's a really good shooter and has been a big-time part of this Nelson University, who, again, has led the conference in points per game.
And 2 for 2 at the free throw line. She's got 4. She's got a quarter in the game, 25 points. 1:13 to go. You know, here are some key dates for everybody who's listening out there, and, of course, those who are watching. This week, this upcoming next week, I'm sorry, because next week is the Sooner Athletic Conference tournament. But
Right.
March 2nd, the host sites will be announced for the NAIA National Tournament. The March 5th is the selection show, and the first round is March 13th and 14th. And as you said, Swig, every team at this point, all these wins matter because you want to have this opportunity to play at home in front of your own home crowd. The energy that you can muster is just an advantage that you absolutely want if you have a chance to play in the national tournament.
Right, and the national tournament is exactly the same way type of tournament that we're used to seeing at the Division I level on March Madness, except the first 2 rounds are on campus instead of neutral sites. So if you have that opportunity to work and win, you still got to go out there and compete and win. But if you're able to do that on your home court, it gives you an advantage. And that's what Langston deeply desires with their women's basketball team, and they're a minute 13 away from having a really good opportunity to do that. You still got to see what happens in the conference tournament, but then the same things apply to the men's game afterwards.
And we'll talk about their angles of how this goes. Janiah Tucker has just checked into the game as well, Swick. So going to work right now, you've got Palmer, Hunter, and Tucker now has it. And she's brought in because of obviously her free throw ability. tries to pass it down low. The ball goes out of bounds, but it will be Langston ball. 54 seconds to go, but more importantly, 10 seconds on the shot clock. McKenna and Kate Miller come back in the game. Offense, defense substitution here. Boyce is also back in the game.
Well,
Lions lead by 14, 54 seconds to go. Ball in the hands of Harden. Harden gets it in the hands of Tucker. 5 seconds on the shot clock. In the lane, pull up by Hunter. And Hunter with another big game shot. She's got 18 on the afternoon, Swick.
Great shot. I mean, that's what we wanted to see early in the game, was to get her in rhythm. And now she got the steal and a fast break. Easy layup. There you go.
Steal and the deal for Ariana Hunter. And the Lions, the Langston Lions, can feel it right now as the lead's up to 18 with 25 seconds to go. Driving to the basket goes McKenna. Kate Miller with the rebound attempt. The ball goes out of bounds, and they're going to say it's Nelson ball.
Yep. Proud of these Lady Lions of Langston University. These past 2 games, really the past week and a half, been kind of tough. You know, when you lose 2 games in a row by a combined total of 3 points, you know, those are bad beats. They sting.
And Tucker comes away with the steal with 17 seconds to go. All the Lions got to do is get across the court. And the ball's going to be stolen by McKenna over to Miller. Miller drives in the lane, scores.
Yeah,
78-62.
Damage is done, though. Damage is done. The writing is on the wall.
And the 2026 Sooner Athletic Conference regular season champions are the Langston University Lady Lions.
Congratulations to Coach Chris Vincent. Win number 55 in under 2 years as head coach of the Lady Lions. 29-2 at home. And in 2 years, in his first 2 years as head coach, he's won 2 conference titles. Well played, basketball team. So proud of them. I know they're so happy. And now they get to cut down some nets to celebrate another conference championship. They're getting some jewelry. It's a good day to be a Lady Lion.
SAC champs as they're standing in midcourt there. Sign being held by Ariana Hunter. Congratulations to Chris Vincent and his team. And you know what's interesting, as we'll stay here for just a moment here before we go to break, is this. When they were in December, when they lost those 2 games, they had to have a response equal to the energy and what this team's character and culture is. And they did it then, and how crazy is it is they did it today. Another 2-game losing streak, and you came in today with Nelson having an opportunity to steal this game. They had the lead early, 22-16 at the end of the first quarter, but the Lady Lions would not be denied and kept fighting and climbed the mountain, took the lead, and they have never looked back. The last lead by Nelson College was at the 112 mark of the second quarter there, Swig.
Yeah, it was a great team effort today. I was just especially proud by their effort level on defense especially. It's hard to play defense. When you play against some of the talented teams in this Sooner Athletic Conference, especially Nelson, who's number 1 in scoring, it's hard to keep them from scoring more points than you. And to win the way that they did, 78-62, being the aggressor, the tone setter, they forced Nelson to play their style of basketball. And because of that, Langston University Lady Lions won the game in their conference champs for a second year in a row. They're going to have the number 1 seed going into the conference tournament. They don't have far to go. It's going to be at OCU in Oklahoma City. But this is goal number 1. This is a major goal that they've had written down since the start of the season. Is first things first, you've got to win the conference. And that's exactly what they've set out to do, and there's been a whole lot of work behind it that no one gets to see that have prepared them for these type of moments and these type of games, and to see them win today I think is very satisfying. And the best might be yet to come, though.
Exactly, and there's a lot more basketball to be played as they'll have to probably end up cutting down the nets at the conclusion of the men's game that's coming up now. So we're officially here. Time for us to take a break. But before we do, want to shout out and give the player of the game. You have Janiah Tucker with 17 points. Ariana Hunter with 16 points to go along with 4 rebounds, 6 assists, and 5 steals, Swig. It's simply amazing. Then Layla Curry, 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists in the contest overall. What an amazing stat line overall.
I think those 3 players are just so gritty and so tough, and they just leave it all on the floor.
And I was wrong. Ariana Hunter had 20 points.
Okay. Yeah, Ariana Hunter, you know, she went 1 for 4 last game. I expected her to take on a bigger role today, and it was a little bit of a slow start at the very beginning, but boy, she picked it up, and then she got busy on the defensive end. She scored several fast break points, created some turnovers, hit some threes. She was just everywhere she needed to be, and her teammates depended on her to do that, and she came through in their conference champs.
Now, that being said, so Nelson College, let's just talk about them for just a second. Don't feel crazy about them, because what we just saw here could very likely happen in the Sooner Athletic Conference title again. There is an elite level offense, and they will be the 2 seed going into the tournament next week.
Well, we see them compete today for a conference title. We could see part 3
easily
in the conference tournament, and that would be must-watch TV. No question about it.
Now it's crazy. Langston does improve on the season to 24-4, 18-4 in conference, 10-2 at home. Nelson falls to 21-5, 17-5 in conference, and that road record goes to 8-3. But more importantly today, for the Langston Lions, they are Sooner Athletic Conference regular season champions. Congratulations to Chris Vincent, Danita Rogers, the coaching staff, and of course, all the trainers and all that who are part of the story here for Langston University. That's an L's up moment, of course, for basketball homecoming. We're going to take a break, and when we come back on the other side, it will be time to start talking about the men's game. We will see you in about 8 minutes. Make that 7 minutes, and we'll come back and start getting you set for the men's game that's coming up real soon. He's Jay Swick. I'm Maurice Prince. Congratulations, Langston University women's basketball program, Sooner Athletic Conference 2026 basketball champions. Thank you, Swick. We'll see you guys here in a minute. You're listening to Basketball Homecoming, brought to you by Luna.
This broadcast is the exclusive property of Perry Publishing and Broadcasting Company. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, reproduction, or any other use of the accounts, descriptions, or audiovisual elements of this broadcast without the express written consent of Perry Publishing and Broadcasting Company is strictly prohibited. All rights reserved.